So back here at Belpost Hill, umpire holds the ball aloft, the siren sounds, and last quarter underway.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground. Both ruckmen go at it, tap down. Neither ruckman had a decisive tap, but it's pushed forward to Tobin, who come off the centre of the back of the square. Picked up there by Davis, kicks round the corner, kicks into the half-forward line. Coming out in front, Overall, good spoil from behind by Gibbs. Overall dives in the ball, puts himself under pressure, but does release it. Perchik's there, handballs out, goes out wide, finds the big ruckman in Wilson. Wilson just taps it further afield. Salvino, a good running player, kicks the ball back in towards the forward line, coming across. Mark not taken there by Lewis. Ground level, the ball's picked up by Vasika. Stops, props, handballs out, went to Pittman. He fed the ball further afield, went back towards Salvino. He's under it, working hard, picks the ball up. He's got numbers around him, needs to release the ball, couldn't do it so. And some good defensive work there from Belpost Hill. Holds them up about 25 metres around from goal. So big fella Wilson, he's been good, pretty good this afternoon. Has that ruck roll to roll in that forward line. Symes over the top, taps it down. Again, kick off the ground, gains some valuable metres, going to meet the ball. Picked up there, the handball comes out, ends up with Davis of Anakie, kicks the ball into the half-forward line. Salvino's the target, didn't take the first mark, was spoiled from behind. Ends up with Tar. No, sorry, it's not, it's the big fella in Symes. On his left foot, kicks out wide, fires hole fine. Goes forward into the centre of the ground, the corridor football again, and Tobin finds himself in space by himself. Comes out wide. Richie's now has the ball on the half-back line. Kick over the top again to Martin, sets him up, he's waiting under it. Martin, the ball did die on its run, as they say, and it's dropped right in the hands of Martin. Goes back inside to Tobin, who can now run through the middle of the ground. Long kick into the half-forward line. Not too sure that was a target, but Fursland comes up, and he takes the mark inside forward 50. So Belpost Hill, another good transfer of play. Kicks had to be good, and they were. Tobin again just pushes forward, and Trav Fursland saw him do so. He takes the mark. Too many opportunities at goal, but he's made the most of them count, I can tell you that. 4-3 goals won at this stage, and that looks like it's not going to, yes it will. Didn't have a lot of height on it. Justin Tarr just stood there and shielded it through.
Greg Kelly's much improved player since I first saw him. He's playing very well. Ball in the middle. Symes beaten on this occasion by Wilson, but holds fine. Read it well. Picks it up, goes out wide. Running forward again was
Fursland.
Fursland, that's right. It goes looking for Tar. Oh, Tar, beautiful feed out to Urquhart. Urquhart around the body. Oh, touched right on the line. Yes.
Oh.
So, 14-11 now, 95 Belpost Hill, 6-9, 45 Anakie. Smith Holden, Bud Suzuki, final quarter scoreboard, 4 minutes gone.
Ball was quickly transferred to centre wing. Dan Gibbs has the ball, kicks the ball into the half-forward line. Mark needs to be taken, goes over the top of the big fella in Pittman, and now at ground level, picked up by McNamara to Martin. Martin back in towards the centre-back position. Mark taken there by Fletcher. Quickly on the left boot, has numbers here. There's 2 of them here. Richie's is one of them. Carries the ball. Poposkis tells him to run. He kicks into the half-forward line. Goes over the top of Baseley, and a good strong mark taken there by Iliopoulos. And for the Anakie's side, he's able to transfer play now across the front of goal. He kicks the ball both left and right foot, so that's a nice looking kick. Finds Parsons in the other back pocket. Ring road side of the ground, goes further afield towards centre wing. Mark not taken out there by Giggs. Good spoil there by Holzfind, and the ball is to be thrown both ways.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's been quick movement. Don't get me wrong, but Belpost Hill, they've definitely made them more of the run. And once they get in open space, they've been a lot more efficient as well.
So the ball's kicked off the ground there by Persic, goes to Vasika. He goes back towards Hildebrand. Hildebrand now stops and props and goes to the half-forward line. Too much air there, and Martin's able to push Pittman under the ball and take a strong mark. So Pittman now can come back towards the centre-half-back position if he wants to, which they would normally do. But he's now deciding and looking at his options further afield. Symes is by himself, and further afield they have Richie's again, so they're finding plenty of numbers there. The running player from behind is going to be Baxter, but he's ignored. Chip over the top, went short, found Miller. So Miller still has Baxter further afield because they've stopped to push up with him. He takes the mark, has 2 numbers running beside him, could have kept going. The short kick, Gergic prints up from the half-forward line, takes the mark in that position. Another chip over the top, leading player is Baseley. So again, they continue to persist with the short game, and it's good for them. And Caleb Baseley is now well within range to kick at this goal. Just watch the little bloke Tobin, where is he? Because he'll be sliding in there somewhere.
He's uncanny in the way he can do that.
So Caleb Bashley now decides to come in, load up towards goal. Looks a nice looking kick off the bird. It's drifting and it will drift back too far. Through for a minor score. Anakie side, 6 minutes gone. Final quarter. Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki scoreboard.
The quick kick in for Anakie is taken. The mark taken as centre half back by Parsons. Chips it further forward. Lazarick takes the mark. Nobody on the mark. Thought about running on, but Lewis was coming from behind and finally stood the mark. A chip sideways about 10 metres to Salvino. He's gone further sideways to Gibbs, so they're still back of the centre line, Anakie, as they chip again to Lazarick, who's run forward. And a few of the players working hard, but they're not getting a lot out of it. The mark taken now by Kane Hayes. Lazarick runs forward again, the old cryo connection there, Dale, I can see that. And there they come undone because reading the play was bad, slipped in and took the mark, kicks long to centre half forward. Now we've got a one-on-one, Grigic and Parsons. Surely a kick to Grigic, not paid. Ball kick quickly to full forward, Tar. One out against Rickett now. Got a contest and Rickett should come away with the footy. Tar held him without the footy. Now... bit of byplay there between Rickett and the boundary umpire. So now we're on with the job as it came down to Rickett from the throw in. He kicks it looking for the safety of the boundary. Can't do so. Overall, does well. Balked his opponent out of the contest, and who's he kicked it to? Tobin, of course. Always finds some space on the forward line. Gets around the man on the mark. Kicks it long towards full forward. It was directed towards Fursland. Comes to ground. Urquhart's in there. But it is Parsons for Anakie. Hits it, kicks it clear. Only as far there as Fletcher of Belpost Hill. So Fletcher now just about on forward 50. I would think too far for him from what I've seen of his kicking so far. Where's Tobin? He's on his own. He's only got to find him. Decides to go long, got in and under. It's going to land outside the 50-metre arc. Oh, what's that? So everybody stopped. One of those, Cal, that I'm sure you'll comment on because...
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Symes up. This time taps the ball down. Coming off the back line. Davis reads it well. Puts the ball in towards the half-forward line. Picked up by Rickett. Needs support. The ball did come out in the tackle, but Hole's fine. Belpost still with numbers. Clear the ball out. And standing in that line of defence is Kane Hayes. He does well. Transfer play out wide. This time the ball's with Berg. Berg picks the ball up. Chips round the corner. Goes into the half-forward line. Pittman this time works his way to the front. Can't take the mark. Again, you've got numbers everywhere for Belpost Hill. A 3-on-2 situation. It's always going to win out. Will Miller put himself under pressure because he went back into the contest, but the kick was good and it found David Holtzfind on that far side of the ground. And again, another short kick. Poposky just pushing up from behind. Here's a player inside. Goes in that direction. McNamara. Now they start to spread. Belpost Hill overall has got the ball out wide if he wants to bring him this way. He hasn't looked that far yet. But it could be dangerous because they're now being called to play on by the umpire. So he goes back towards centre wing. Player from Anakie, Lazarick, up a little bit early. Probably interfered with player Lewis on the ground. But it's allowed to go on by the umpire. He gets the ball out, does well. Kicks into the half forward again. Pittman comes out. Good spoil from behind there by McNamara. Salvino has been good for Anakie side. Like his run and dash, but he can't get a clearance here. He does so now. The ball is good. Kicks into the centre half forward position. Mark has been taken by Lewis. If he looks this way, he's got Kavanagh. That's the direction he goes in. He's put him under pressure because the kick wasn't good. Overall arrives. Bigger body. Takes him off the ball. And he's there to support. Handballs back inside. Vasika's got him. And he's brought down on the tackle. And the umpire says that. So he has the ball just outside his forward 50. Target's got to be long and into the corridor. That's where he goes. That's a nice looking kick. And a nice looking mark there from Pittman. He comes out in a cluster of players and takes the mark. Will come in. Kick from centre half forward. It'll need his best. Distance and accuracy. Comes in. Nice looking kick off the boot, but nowhere near the accuracy. Had good
whistle to the mouth.
So
it was going straight for him.
Martin picks the ball up in the back pocket, played on quickly, and guess who chipped it to? Tobin of the brothers. So Tobin now comes out wide. And he goes back to Martin. Martin goes back to Tobin, and now they're just starting to finesse with the ball a little bit. But Tobin runs across the face of goal, finds holes, comes back again to the same side, and he takes the mark. So Anakie just need to put a bit more pressure on the ball kicker and carrier. Has a player wide. and it's picked up. Lima goes to Tobin by hand, and Tobin from the half-back line kicks towards centre wing. Player leading up and taking the mark is Lentini. He now stops and props and goes back, looking further afield. Should go to the coach. He wants to go next week, but he goes longer. Popovski's a target. Out in front of Davis. Popovski, good hands. Takes the mark. Davis wasn't too far away. He goes to run onto his right foot, swings, umpire calls, play on, kicks back into the corridor. Nice looking kick, nice looking mark. Caleb Basley, he comes out and grabs the
vertically and take it one grabs. It's a good mark.
So Caleb Basley comes in now. He has 1 goal, 2 to his name. Nice straight kick in front of goal. He's going to kick the ball to the goal line, and it is going to be touched and rushed through for a minor score. So it's 15-13 now to Anakie. To Bellpost Hill, 6-9 to Anakie, and the umpire's just questioning that decision for the central to the goal, but it's correct because he did touch it and then it went back towards Collins. Collins going to do the kicking in from that point now. He had a number and an easy release earlier on, but the umpire goal him to take the ball back. He goes out wide to the back pocket. Player by himself is Davis, I think, out there, and he takes the mark. So Davis in the back pocket, transfers play further afield, goes towards centre wing. Berg's up from behind, spoils, ball gets to the back of the contest. Markham's there, Bellpost Hill again with numbers. Baxter picks the ball up, high tackle, ring road side of the ground. Can bring the ball back in towards overall, but goes further afield, and McNamara is pushed forward. The patience is going to be there because Fletcher now has the ball. He picks it up from that half-forward position, loads up, goes long, into the corridor again, coming from behind. Mark's not taken there by Iliopoulos. Good work from Grigg, just able to take the ball out of his hand. Now there's a contest in between full forward and centre.
Position for Bellpost Hill, up high, Symes taps the ball down, not to advantage. Real scrum there, rugby scrum. There's a lot of players around the footy. Salvino finally comes clear with the footy, goes towards centre wing. McNamara just edged his opponent under the ball. Little handball to Fletcher, but turnover goes to Anakie as they try pretty hard to get the ball forward of centre. Looking for Parsons, middle of the ground, takes the mark, plays on quickly. The tall and the short, that was a terrible kick and far too easy for the mundane system where they chip the ball about, player to player. It's in the arms of Fletcher at the moment. He looks for another option. There's the short lead. It's come from Lantini. Diving forward, takes the mark. This will be interesting because Brad Martin called it, not realising Persek was coming off the boundary behind him, but he took the mark. Now Long to full forward from behind. Can he take the mark? Justin Tarr, he can't, but he followed up beautifully. Handball out wide. Man in front was Lantini. Going forward, Addy takes a magnificent mark, running with the flight of the football, and almost in the goal square. No, it must have been just outside because he's got to go around on the angle. But Cameron Addy has taken the mark at full forward, and we'll have the shot at goal. Should repeat, it's 15 minutes in the final quarter. Anakie still scoreless for the quarter as Addy pops it over the goal umpire's head. That is his first goal for the day.
In the ruck now, Symes over the top, taps it down to Tobin. He's tackled, releases the ball out wide, picked up by Holzfeind. With pace, is able to get around, brings the ball out wide, and will find Fursland with a well-weighted kick. Fursland quick to get back off the mark now, has further afield. That's his option, goes towards Tarr. In space by himself, Rickett got up in front of him, had hands on the ball. Iliopoulos in support, goes back to Rickett, now back to Collins. Collins on the left foot, comes out wide, and will find Parsons in the half-back line. So Parsons now has options further afield, but they look like more Bellpost Hill than Anakie, so they need players to run from behind. Call to play on by the umpire now, goes short. Iliopoulos presents for him. He now goes back inside and will find Markham. So their control has been not too bad. It's just that final kick coming out that lets them down into the middle of the ground. Goes looking for Berg, had to make a contest and did. Kick the ball off the ground into the half-forward line. Martin can't pick the ball up. Pittman does. Needs support. Running player coming past. Has it now in Pertic. Taps the ball out in front of himself. Picked up there by Collins, who's pushed forward, released the ball backwards, didn't have anybody there in support, but he's tried to get it himself again. Pittman's there now. Collins working hard at ground level, but through the Bellpost Hill runners in Basley, kicks the ball out, goes towards the player in overall, now to Holzfeind, short kick towards Trav Fursland, and Fursland now in towards centre forward. Addy Courage going back with the fly of the ball, taps it to his advantage, has one, runs towards goal, has two. Cameron Addy, his second goal of the afternoon. Now the 17th as possession started. Versatile bloke and played on Paul Briggy one day here against North Geelong and held in pretty well too. So, few strings to his bow.
So in the middle, ball goes up. Both ruckmen hit the ball the same way. Went to Gibbs for Anakie, off a step towards half forward. But ground level, it's all bell post still overall. Takes the footy, goes towards half forward. Oh, great courage by Fursland on that occasion. Didn't get the mark. Grigic, I would have thought Grigic has been impeded. Most times he's gone for the ball, but the umpires are not seeing it that way. Anakie turned the footy over. They've won it as it goes to, and that's turned over from Davis. Now back at full forward for Belpost still Tar. 1-on-1 with Rickett. Good battle there, and Rickett's... well, he's tried very hard. Now there's probably didn't make much attempt to get rid of the footy, but the free kick's gone Anakie's way. And now the kicks have found Persick, middle of the ground. He's got Markham on his own on the wing. He takes the mark, chips it back. I thought looking for Persick, but no. Persick finally picks the crumb up, and that's a great tackle. He gets it handball to Lotes. Lotes now to full forward, and well, Martin probably. Can Pittman revive something for the day? Comes in. Not a bad looking approach and not a bad looking kick. The goal umpire hasn't moved too far except now to go to the middle of...
Still with the clearance. Addy kicks the ball off the ground and he continues to push it forward into the forward pocket. Ball's going to run towards the boundary line. Hayes picks the ball up, does well for Anakie. Needs to come back across the face of goal. They have some running numbers there. Markham has it. Pressure on. Good work, Mick Markham. He's able to tap it through for a minus. So again, it's Rickett, kicks out from the full-back position, goes straight down the ground looking for Persick. Spoil comes in, picked up by Gergic, went by hand, found his teammate. Now he hands it back towards Persick, steps inside, had released himself and got the 1-2 and through the middle of the ground. That's better play from the Anakie boys. Kicks the ball into the centre of the ground. Wasn't a good kick, but Kavanagh's there. Was front and square to the contest. Handballs over the top. Priddle went back looking for him, but he couldn't find him, and it's Lyman that picks the ball up. Kicks the ball towards centre wing. Pittman can be the first one to pick the ball up. Actually had it in his hand, it slipped out, he went to kick it but lost it. Ball's now in the hands of Holzfein. So to the half forward line he runs, takes a bounce, kicks into centre half forward looking for Tar. Nice kick, nice mark. Steve Rickett a bit like Brad.
Able to hit Tar on the chest. It's going for goal number 6, is it?
Yes, that's correct. Cal's got 5 so far, 5 straight. And from directly in front of goal, we'll go back, and now he has 6 goals straight because Justin Tar, a nice kick of the football there.
Proved to be very pivotal in their season, I would have thought.
Yeah, good point. As the ball in the middle once again, neither side able to get a clearance. Stacks on the mill in the centre circle.
Good wins. They perhaps lost a couple of sodas that they really needed, and you know, I think they're a side that deserves to be in the finals, but the draw really, as we touched on before the game, has been pretty unfavourable for them.
So the ball cleared out in the middle fairly comfortably again by Bell to the right-hand side and has missed everything. It's out of bounds 5 metres from the behind post. So the boundary umpire about to bring the ball in. 25 minutes we're ticking to. Not a lot of time to go, hopefully, because it's getting colder and colder. Belpost still... they win the ball back after a series of handballs went wrong for Anakie. The chip pass in the arms of who? Tobin, of course. He's done very, very well. And a well-weighted pass has found the exercise. He's starting off the pretty muddy part of the warm-up, the run-up, I mean. He's kicked it long. It's not going to make the distance, I don't think. It is rushed through.
So the ball is now back with Corey Collins, who's done most of the work from that full-back position today. Chips out short. Good kick again, and Kane Hayes has been a recipient of a few of those. Goes over the top, has Berg. He's off and running, and it will drive the ball towards centre wing. It's long and it's wide out there. Mark's not taken there by Rickett. McNamara does well. Ball ends up back in the hands of Baxter, who kicks on his left foot round the corner, and that's a nice mark there by Lentini again. So he's been okay, Lentini, coming to this side this afternoon. And he now has the ball just between half forward and centre wing, kicks in forward. Addy comes out, takes the mark, plays on. Cameron Addy has 2 goals to his name, loads up, goes goalward. And now Cameron Addy has goal number 3.
Really nippy.
So in the middle, Symes again. Has done a great job in the middle of the ground all day for Belpost. Still gets the tap down. They can't get a clearance, however, as at ground level. The free kick is paid to Anakie. It is Hildebrand. and he was underneath all of that, and accepts the free kick. Goes wide, not a good kick. Attacking the football there was McNamara, but he got numbers, Belpost Hill. Handball came back to Martin. Nice chip pass to Fletcher. Over the top, Belpost Hill. Got players everywhere as now it's a 50-metre penalty. Decides to play on now. Kicks it long towards full forward players. Stopped because the whistle went. Picked up by Tar. Not too sure where he's going to go, so what does he do? Turns backwards and politely kicks through goal number 7. Well,
Anavidge's shoes very nicely.
So back in the middle of the ground, umpire again to start play. Lewis is going to do the ruck work. This time he gets the hand on the ball. Wasn't a big toss-up by the umpire. Well read by Fletcher off the contest. Goes out to the half-forward line. Addy runs onto it, but Lentini is also there. Steps back inside as the handball goes out to Fletcher, and the siren sounds to end the game here at Belpost Hill, and they will go out winners quite comfortably. 20 goals, 15-1, 35, 7-9, 51.